Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic with me, Score. In this episode I decided to walk out of the swoop place for a sec because I wanted to check something, and of course, guy wants my auto print. What auto print? Are you serious? Sure, scan away. Bet you he sells it on, I was going to check something out. Oh, that's right, I was going to talk to Izzes. Stop getting stuck on things, please. It's funny how the two characters that I actually have completed pretty much all the talks with are the two that actually have missions on this planet. But it doesn't matter. Izzes. That will be fine, good luck. So I got some experience, some items. Okay, so that's it. Thank you, goodbye. I didn't mean to actually click on you a second time. No. I actually don't know where, I actually don't remember where to turn in the racing swoop credits. I'm just gonna have a quick look at. Gonna have a quick look in here because I want to look at. I want to see if he's got anything new. Social list. It doesn't show the raid plates in here. I will go through this later on and sell everything I don't need. Until the Crate Dragon Pearl, but I'm not really going to do that. Or Crate Dragon Pearl. Someone's probably going to pull me up on that and say, no, it's not how it's pronounced. Where is it? It was the data pad somewhere here. No, it's not what I want. It sells for 12, how about that? Okay, close. You don't do it. I will go outside. I hope Yerka wasn't the only one who does it, because that would be annoying. There are like okay, 4 is the shortcut for that. That's good to know. Swoop registration. No, he doesn't do it. What sort of business?
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Exactly. Why won't he sign?
That isn't fair! On Terrace you had to give a cut to the Swoop Gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
I think you should give him a better deal. Force persuade. Give him a better deal. Goodbye. Now I will talk to Nico.
Oh, hi. You another racer then?
Yes.
Nice job beating my times, too. I guess my heart isn't in the racing. Contracts are distracting stuff.
I talked to Motor about you.
I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting...
I convinced Motor to give you a better contract.
You did? I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it. I really do.
Good.
Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers.
Good luck.
Thanks again.
So I got some more experience points. I think you can get light side points for doing it the correct way, but screw that.
You didn't have much competition here. The circuit's hurting after the loss.
Apparently you can sell them to traders, but... maybe the guy at the front will do it. 4. And of course, night speed is not what I wanted. The only other trader I know is the Zerka trader. And I have not been timing again, but the software I'm using, and I have a second screen now, actually has a timer on the bottom, which I didn't realize, so good to know. You.
Ki mulira kun king. Ki mulira. Chiwa I chiwi aitak Baba Hassan.
Don't care. I don't think I can sell him to him. He can't. Appears I can't sell him to him. Pete's sake. 4. Okay, heal is nice, but having it constantly take up that is kind of annoying. I thought any trader would do, but I obviously didn't read that correctly. Pouch? Huh. Sweet. Free stuff. Ask you a few questions. Maybe I'm missing something. Data pad. I've got lots of mines to sell. Oh. Have I been missing those all along? Racing bonds. There we go. Maybe only certain people can buy them. 60. So... I believe 60 is the best price you can get. So... I believe you get them on other planets as well. And another 20 of them. So this is nice money. Okay. I've dealt with Nico. I have not dealt with the last part of the Kashyyyk quest, so let's do that. In fact, I'm going to pause it here quickly and come back when we're ready. So, I'm back, and you see we're at the Sand People Enclave again. And I've got HK with me, which is good, and HK can level up. Level up, please. Fine.
Yes?
Let's keep going. Now, remember I was wanting to meet the storyteller.
Query. What do you...
Culture.
Protocol. This will be a very...
I've already talked to this.
Translation. Translation. You have been told that to be considered worthy of hearing the histories, you need to... Translation. He says the discussion is closed.
Here.
Translation. Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an item.
Of course not.
Such a thing has not been done in many years. Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning.
How will he know if I repeat his story incorrectly?
You will be killed. Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the Enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master.
Bid him farewell.
Translation. Translate.
Okay. So I believe that may remove the crate dragon pearl from my inventory, unfortunately. I really shouldn't go looking for it. Doesn't really matter if it does, even if it is quite a nice... Yeah, it's gone. So, it's unfortunate that you lose it. It's actually quite annoying. But this is actually quite interesting. You are not the storyteller. Now, feel free to skip this part, or for the rest of this, because this is, well, actually, don't say that. I won't say that. I will put it in the description if this is just storytelling and nothing else. This is, though, feel free to skip ahead because this is probably going to have a lot, unless you're very interested.
Translation. He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you.
I am honored and ask him... What? I'm honored. Ask him what he records.
Translation. Translation. There is only one accepted history, passed orally to each successive generation. Translation. A book or data pad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
What topics can I choose from?
Translation.
Even though it's true that oral histories are often problematic.
Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
Begin the history.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders.
So, pretty much this history so far has said that this used to be a very lush and fertile land. They didn't used to wear their robes, and before the builders, which I can only assume are the Rakata or Rakatan, depending on what you've got so far.
Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
Cool. Ancient times.
Clarification. It would appear that they once had a thriving technologically advanced society, but were wiped out by a much more sophisticated alien species.
Ask him if these builders resemble any modern species.
Translation. Translation. He only understands the builders as an iconic force meant to test the resolve of his people. He is not making sense, Master. Clarification. They claim their stories are repeated unchanged, but they have demonized these builders. In their minds, they wreaked such havoc they could not possibly be flesh and blood.
Let's return.
Obedient. I will ask what...
Continue.
Translation.
Asking too much can get you attacked.
Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation: those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves.
Okay. So, they got taken into slavery and their planet was strip mined. Continue.
Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender.
This is the most interesting part of the history.
They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation: soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free.
That is a very interesting part of the story, and you'll hear something similar very later on, the plague that wiped out the Rakata, or Rakatan, depending on how you're gonna... and the Sand People fought back, and they bombed the planet. And so it turned from a lush green paradise into what Tatooine is now, which is very interesting.
Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the Long Walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
If you could gently encourage that.
Translation. Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all as sand people, and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult
The machines.
to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation: so it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
Anything further?
Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
No, that's good, that's good. Return later.
Translation.
So, after freeing themselves, they pretty much fought off everyone who landed. So we now get to the reason why they're fighting everyone. They hate machines. Or hate the people who use the machines. God damn it. I can go back here from here. Turn to Ebonhawk. Which is interesting. They pretty much turned their problem. They pretty much turned into religious zealots, or something like that. I'll use that. And now they don't allow anybody who remind them of their past to interfere with them. Let's talk to Shastra again. Try to learn. Tabe Yo? What do you mean? You want to tell a story? So, Tabed means tell me about. I get it.
Tongki ba
Communicate with Shasha.
muchashakapaka. Selima wangaku.
You came to ship before, very
Kipuna.
scared.
Bonanakichu.
The Mandalorians.
Tongki ba non tontek.
Don't want to leave. Ebon Hawk is your
Tong
home.
abuk.
Ebon Hawk's not your home first.
Tong
first time.
abuk.
Tell me about it before.
Tongki ba non tontek.
There's someone who will take...
Tong abuk sham.
So, that was good. That completed that quest. I'm happy about that. So now I can talk to Dude McJiggy on
Yeah, what do you want?
Dantooine. More war stories.
I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements.
Candoris' stories are a lot of fun. What was your story?
I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with a basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle.
What happened next? So these two are insulting, to be honest.
The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
Drop from orbit riding a droid. That's exactly right. Mandalorians are crazy.
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
I want a Basilisk War Droid, and in fact, you can ride a Basilisk War Droid in KOTOR too.
I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I've satisfied your curiosity for now. Is there something else you want to know?
Okay.
Your
nothing for
choice.
now. Kando.
Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, so he has nothing to talk to me about now at the moment. I've done missions. Let's go talk to Karth. Yay, let's talk to... Oh, wrong way. Let's talk to Karth. Zalbar's mission's pretty much solved by itself. Hey, Karth.
Yes, what's on your...
We didn't end our last discussion very well.
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important, it's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
And how does this excuse your actions?
It doesn't, I know. It's been a while since I've even had to think about that sort of thing. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this... helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the
Yes,
backside,
you have.
haven't I?
Don't worry about it, Karth. You've been nothing but a whiny bitch the entire time, and now you're apologizing.
No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
Only if you agree to work with me for once.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
So, I don't think he's...
Yes, what's on your...
So, I think that's it for now. I might travel planet. Yeah, let's travel... Dantooine. Actually, no, I'm going to end it here. Yeah, I'm going to go to Dantooine next to tell our little passenger to get off the ship. But apart from that, that's going to be it, I think. Well, that's not going to be it for the episode, but that's what I'm going to do first. And I've got to decide which planet I'm going to go to next. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching episode 22 of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Actually, it's probably 23. With me to call. I hope you join me next time for more of Star Wars. Yeah, I really thought that outro out well. See you next time, folks.